Hello and a very warm welcome. Driver ratings for the Qatar Grand Prix. All 20 drivers covered as we rate them out of 10 for their weekend. Driver ratings defies opinion, but that's what sport is all about. Yeah, we saw Lewis Hamilton dominate the Qatar Grand Prix. A special pole lap, a special win as he closes the gap to 8 points. Let's jump into it. Right, gotta get lighting is terrible, I can hardly read. Giovinazzi 2 comes into the weekend knowing he's been dropped, lost his seat to Guan Yu Zhou, P18 quali behind Kimi, a poor weekend for the Italian. Kimi 5 beat Giovinazzi all weekend, P16 quali. He was happy with his lap, but they really lacked pace. P14 put a great move on Nicholas Latifi. That was his highlight, really. Gasly 9. Now Gasly, he's had a sensational practices. He was in the top 4. Quali's superb. Starts on the front row and he ends up 11th. A terrible strategy by AlphaTauri. He was amazing in practice, amazing in quali. And then also had that puncture in quali. Started on the front row with the penalties, but his strategy was abysmal. And big loss to Alpine. Yuki 7, FP1 star. He qualified very well, had a strong weekend, but again a bad strategy. And AlphaTauri lost a lot of points to Alpine. Sebastian Vettel 8. P10 in quali. He dominated Stroll, finished 10th in the race. Big issue with Seb is he had a poor first lap, lost a lot of positions. But solid by Seb. Lance Stroll 9. Now I never thought I'd be giving Stroll 9. He was absolutely abysmal in the practices. Quali wasn't great either, but somehow he's finished 6th in the race. Absolutely brilliant race by Lance Stroll and a big surprise. Nikita Mazepin 5. Now I really feel for Mazepin. He missed both practice sessions. It's a new track. You need to be out there learning it. And he didn't get the running. Finished P18. Mick Schumacher 5. Again, he beat Mazepin, but it's hard to judge the Hasses. P16 in the race. Big lock-up in FP1. Went through the gravel. Lando Norris 9. He qualified 6th. He was running 4th. Probably would have finished 5th ahead of both Ferraris. And then he gets a puncture. And he was very critical of Pirelli in his post-race interview. He was ahead of both Ferraris. He destroyed Daniel Ricciardo. But massive points loss. And that's Ferrari basically secured 3rd. That's what they're fighting for. A puncture has cost McLaren a chance at 3rd. Daniel Ricciardo 0. The Daniel Ricciardo at the start of the season. He's so inconsistent as the Australian. Absolutely destroyed by Norris. They're in a championship fight for 3rd. And Ricciardo's not been in the top 10 all weekend. Qualifies 14th. Finishes 12th. A shit show. Nowhere. And he had a fuel issue in the race. Shocking. Carlos Sainz 9 beat Leclerc all weekend. He finished 7th in the race. Good points on McLaren. Leclerc 6. He had a poor weekend, Charles Leclerc. He had no pace in quali, knocked out in Q2. But in the race he managed to battle to P8. And as a team, great points on McLaren. Esteban Ocon 10, P8 in quali, P5 in the race. A one-stopper paid off for Esteban, and they gained huge on AlphaTauri. Fernando Alonso 10, back to his best, and probably his best drive since he returned. Probably better than Hungary. Back on the podium for the first time since 2014. Fernando Alonso. It was great to see him back up there. A one-stopper, big risk, but it paid off. Perez hunting him down, he kept calm, composed. A fantastic start as he goes round the outside of Gasly. Sensational weekend by Fernando Alonso. My star of the weekend. And huge points on Alpha. That will cement them in 5th, Alpine. Max, 10. I give him 10. I don't think he did too much wrong. He qualified 2nd and finished 2nd. But he did get another penalty for yellow flags infringements. And this is not the first time Max has done this. So he did it at Mexico 1 year. He's done it again. And it's a big mistake, really. But to be fair to him, it wasn't that clear this time. But yeah, he got a great start, straight up into P4. Gasly basically lets him past. And then he passes Alonso. A boring race in 2nd. But he got the fastest lap. Sergio Perez, now 0. Absolutely, what an embarrassment. Absolutely shocking. They're in a fight with Mercedes in the Constructors. Red Bull actually gained on Mercedes, but still a horseshit weekend by Perez. Knocked out in Q2 in a Red Bull, on the soft tyre as well. A disgrace. And then he finished 4th as he was on a terrible strategy. Yeah, not good enough. Not good enough at all. You call out Albon, you call out Gasly. That's awful by Perez. Lewis Hamilton, 10. He dominates qualifying, not even close. It's a Lewis Hamilton wonder lap as he's 0.4 ahead of everyone. Led every single lap in the race, dominated, knocked it out the park. He's under pressure and he's still in a title fight. Dominant all weekend, and he's closed the gap to 8. And he's now the title favourite as Mercedes have the best car. I fully believe in Lewis. I just think if he gets fastest lap and the race win, and Max finishes 2nd, they're going to go into the last race level on points. Faultless, absolutely faultless. Bottas, 5. Once again, turns up in the practice sessions. He's amazing in the practices. Qualifying, he goes missing. Qualifies 3rd. Then he gets a penalty for yellow flag infringements. And then for the 3rd race in a row, Valtteri Bottas gets a shit start. And what happens with Valtteri Bottas? He gets a shit start. He was in like 11th, 12th. He can't come through the traffic, Bottas. If that's Lewis Hamilton, Max, they get through the traffic. He's too slow. He doesn't get through the traffic quickly enough. And then Pirelli say 30 laps on the tyres. They run them 33. And then they wonder why they've got a puncture. DNF for Bottas. Russell, standard 5. Beat Latifi in quali. P17 in a race. Puncture ruined his race. Latifi, 5. Also got a puncture. So let's check we've covered everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there we have it. Driver ratings for the Qatar Grand Prix. And yeah, an enjoyable weekend as we went to Qatar for the first time. Obviously we got a week off. Well, 2 weeks off. Then it's Saudi Arabia. But I will be doing F1 videos daily. So of course we got no F1. But we still will do daily videos. Yeah, amazing support recently. Fantastic to see. I love Formula 1 and the best man will win this championship. Adios. Comment down below. We'll always reply.